And we should be live. Let me go ahead and check. Says we are, so... Yes, we are in fact live. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone, Ace here. Welcome to the live stream. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different for games. Because, well, you might be wondering, well, why don't I just play some more Earthbound? Well, the answer is because I'm actually getting towards the end of Earthbound, and there's a reason why I don't want to do it this week, because I'm going to be doing a community film event this week, and I happen to know that the area that's coming up next in Earthbound is going to be one of the toughest, or is going to take more than 30 minutes. I think it's probably going to take at least an hour, maybe two, to be honest, and I know it's going to be something of a challenge on that regard, and instead of that, I wanted to do something a little bit short. I know I can do a little bit shorter, and hopefully you can enjoy it. So today, instead of Earthbound, we'll be playing Urban Strike. Now, there are three different versions of Urban Strike I could go with. I could go with the SNES version, the Sega Genesis version, or the Sega CD version, because even though the Sega CD version was unreleased as part of the trilogy, that has actually leaked online, so you can try that out, although that version is still technically a beta. But what I'm going to be trying is Urban Strike for the Sega Genesis. Hopefully this goes well, we'll see. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, this takes place in the futuristic year of 2001. You can tell this game came out in 1994, by the way. Well, this game also predicted cancel culture, apparently. Alright. So yeah, the very first mission starts in Hawaii, of all things, even though the game is called Urban Strike. But we do get a fair amount of... we do get some urban fighting later on. Anyways, options. You'll want to set this to be a 6-button layout. Really, that's the best choice in my opinion. Because this is one of those games where it kind of was limited in terms of the control options. if you didn't. So, anyways, let's go ahead and carry on. Alright, I'll go ahead and... Alright. I was wondering why... Okay. I know the text is going pretty fast. It's too fast for me to read out verbally, so... Why can't I ever fight an evil idiot? So we get a new helicopter, the Mohican. Alright, now. I think now we get to get into the game itself and start having a blast with it. If I remember correctly, yeah, the control, yeah, there we are. First guy down. First objective, well, this technically isn't the first objective in the game, but, or this mission, but we can complete them out of order, and this one is one of the ones that you probably should. Now, there are some differences between the SNES version and the Sega Genesis version. I'd have to say, of the two versions, the SNES version had the superior sound quality, but in terms of things like the actual speed at which the game played, the Sega Genesis version was the superior version, so that's why I'm playing this version. I honestly, if they ever do a remaster of this game, what I would love for them to do is have a mode where you can pick and choose various features from the versions and just pick what you think is the ideal version. Okay, we can pick up this pilot here. Oh yeah, okay. Now how are we for ammo? Our rockets are a little low-ish, but we have ammo right there we can pick up. He's down. Warlander TV says this game was a blast. Indeed it was. I just missed that. There we go. Okay, so this pillbox is here. Ah, darn it, I blew up the ammo crate. Alright, so what are we low on, really? Fuel is okay-ish for now. Armor is doing decent. Visitor centers are down, so the radar capability should be down. I probably could use some ammo. Ammo restored. fuel, like, yeah, I'm still at half, or just under half fuel, so. Now, with this area, I do remember that you actually have to be careful about how you... Huh. Ooh, an enemy I can actually deal with early on. He's down, so we can now repair. And our fuel is starting to get a little low-ish, I guess, so... You know what, we'll go ahead and get some fuel. There we are. Now, the mirrors are being transported in these things, so if we get one of these... Now, you do want to be careful about ramming this mirror into stuff, so try to avoid that, as even though you're flying low to the ground. But the place we need to go is over this way. Typically, by the way, when I... That's one down. So there's plenty of fuel there in case things get dicey. Alright. He's down. He's down. There's technically two more of those ships, and if I take them both out, that's another objective completed there, but I still want to do the mirrors for right now. Raptor says, played Desert Strike on SNES back in the day. Never played this on, though. Is it better than... yeah, there's actually some interesting... Okay, so they actually did do some stuff to change it around, so things like... There were on this game added on foot sections. Jungle Strike, which came out before this, but after Desert Strike added in the ability to change vehicles mid-mission. And plus, on top of all of that, of course, the Genesis versions of these games are generally considered superior in most regards, although it is worth noting that you typically, when playing these games, want to... the big advantage of the Genesis was that it runs notably faster. The SNES version has the advantage of better sound design, typically. Whoops. But yeah, that's the main... There was also a trilogy, like I said, that was made for the CD, the Sega CD, although that was never actually officially released. It did, however, get leaked later on, so... He's down. And he's down. Alright, so let's see what we've got. The Plastic Surgeon is up next. Fuel is a little low, so... And what else is a little low? Ammo, so I'll pick up some ammo. Should be right here. Grandmaster says, I love the Strike series, especially Soviet Strike. I need to actually try Soviet Strike. I have played... That's the one I haven't really played that much of, admittedly. Okay, so let's go and meet this Plastic Surgeon. Alright, so this should be where the guy is, I think. Yes. And since that's dealt with, all we really need to deal with is rescue the Green Berets. And that guy's down. So yeah, simple enough, I think, for a first mission here. Wrong island. There we are. Yeah, this game really is a blast to play, in my opinion, so... Alright, over there's where the Green Berets actually are located. Avoid the buildings, because we don't want to actually... Here we go. So this should clear the area here. No more room. Okay, well, what we can do is land. The landing zones will actually also give us... There's also an area, if I remember correctly, where I can land and pick up a different vehicle to use anyways. So I'll actually give that a go. I'll try the whole landing zone. Hopefully we'll be able to land, get that other helicopter, which actually has a bigger capacity anyways. Grandmaster says, Brigador is the closest we've had to the strike games in recent years. Yes, that is absolutely true. And Brigador is an absolute blast of a game to play. Here we go. I forget what this thing is equipped with. Guns, more guns, and rockets. But if you hold the A button, it doesn't work, so it's kind of not ideal in that regard. But that's okay, because it's A, just a gun, and B. Wow, he actually blew up his own building there. And it gave me free ammo, or free armor, basically. That's convenient. Now, the higher crew capacity, or load capacity, should really go a long way here. Yeah, we technically don't actually have to rescue all the Green Berets, although you want to. Or you might as well. If you can, that is. So I believe that's everything. So we can go ahead and actually get the mission completed, if we should so desire. Now it's a simple matter of landing at the base, and we should be good to go, I think. Actually, no, I have to swap out. My bad. Silly me. So yeah, stuff like this is what became a bit of an improvement in my opinion, or the kinds of additions that they added to games like Desert Strike and what have you. This game is considered a bit on the easier side compared to some of the other Strike games because, well, the Strike games are considered pretty difficult games in general for the most part, let's be honest. They're not too difficult, but apparently they've got a reputation for that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and actually call it. I know it's only been 20 minutes, but it's because we are, of course, going to be doing the community film event soon. And for those curious, the community film event today is going to, of course, be Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So, yeah. Orlando says it would be awesome to have a modern version with a lot more RPG elements. Agreed. It absolutely would be awesome if this series made a comeback. This is one of those franchises that is really overlooked these days, but had a big impact on the industry back when it came out. In fact, if you actually look back at it, for example, you could point to the Grand Theft Auto series, for example. It started out as a top-down series and basically was inspired by games like, well, basically inspired by the Strike series here. So, Grand Theft Auto kind of exists because of games like this, which is an interesting little fact that a lot of people might overlook. Anyways, so I think, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and call it. So, yeah, I hope you've all enjoyed watching me play this as much as I've enjoyed playing it, and I hope to see you all again